Here we go.
Welcome back to the Baltimore Orioles franchise on MLB the Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. Just wanted to let you guys know that coming into this one, we're 24-23, taking on the Twins at 31-17. I'm going to do a little bit of editing in this episode because we're also going to try and include the draft on the back end of the episode. So to keep it to a reasonable length, I'm going to cut out some of the event-free activity in the middle of the ball game so that we can get a full episode in covering the game and the draft without having it drag on too long. But enjoy the episode. 80, 73 for the curve, and he's going to start me off with a get me over fastball. Jahmai Jones yanks it foul. Not a terrible start, but man, I would have liked to have taken advantage of that. I don't like the backdrop here. Good take, man. I almost pulled the trigger on that. Ball's just not quite as easy to pick up with that bright green background. So when the shadows get to where they are covering that backdrop, I think the batter's eye, I think will be okay. Right now, I'm kind of struggling to pick that ball up. All right, 4-pitch fly out to start off the game. Now, the only thing I'm going to mention about the starting lineup in this one is that we've got Pat Valaika batting third. His ratings against lefties are 60 contact and 80 power, which is pretty good. But yet he's batting 180 with 2 home runs, and he's not playing against right-handed pitching all that much. So he has not been good for us, is the only way I can express that situation inside. You know, he's going to have to be better than that, bottom line. So we'll keep an eye on that. Outside, good at bat. Yeah, 180, 2 home runs, and 9 RBIs, and he's been batting in, you know, that 3-hole a lot against lefties, or somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, nice at bat there. Worked him full and then took it into left for a base knock. Man, do I wish Freddie Galvis had some speed, but he just doesn't. Now, here's the guy that we were just ragging on, saying he sucks. So maybe we can get a 2-run dinger, get him going.
He comes in with that average way down at 180. 2 home runs, 9 driven in.
Tell him, Dan Plesac. Or is that Dan Plesac, or is that Matt Vasgersian that's doing the main commentary?
Hey, that's a quality take right there.
I think it's Vasgersian. That's Dan Plesac right there. Change up down. Nope. Ah, just a touch late on that. Not a bad swing, though. Looking for the changeup. Come on. Nope. Get in the gap. Yes.
And that ball gets down out near the wall and should
Freddie Galvis can score here, and he's going for 3. He took a while to play that ball off the fence. Heck yeah.
Well, there's one way to get our first one of the game across.
RBI triple. Maybe that gets him going.
And they're in good shape to possibly make it 2-0 with another base hit here.
Squared that one up right in the middle of the PCI.
Anthony Santander, the next
inside. Nice. I'd like to get the average up for Mr. Santander. 231's not going to get the job done. Outside. Oh, come on, Blue! I would have been okay accepting that first changeup being called a strike, but that one, dang it.
He's gone to the well.
Fooled me with that one.
Times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
Good eye. All right. Now, 2-2. Is he going to try and go back to that changeup now? or does he go to the fastball here? Slider had me out in front, but we got a piece. Change up down. Come on, throw it. There it is, but it's too low. No, come on, Blue! Killing me. I should have swung at that. It was close enough that when you know what pitch it is, with 2 strikes, I got to swing at that. That's on me as much as it is the umpire. All right, Montcastle still swinging the hot bat. Be fair and get down. Yes! Ground rule double. 2-0. So we're not going to lose 2-1. That's what we're talking. We have been needing that kind of stuff, though. 2-out RBIs. I have not been getting any of those, with the exception of like solo homers. So that's big. Great start to the ball game.
Just missing here.
And we're running his pitch count up. Yeah, 24 already. Now, the challenge with this game is that if it's running too long, if it's a blowout, what I can do is just edit out some of the innings where nothing really happens. Because I want to keep the episodes in the neighborhood of an hour. But if I come out here and like put a thrashing on these guys, it'll take longer because of the extra guys coming to the plate. So we'll figure that out. Come on with the low strikes, dude. We'll figure that situation out if we get there. Right now, let's just hit the ball. That was ugly. I didn't pick that up very well.
Way to take a deep breath right here and regroup. I know the umpire missed one, but you can't allow the next couple of pitches to be dictated by one
good hang.
Ball. Find a way.
Inside fastball, when you're just kind of trying to protect a little bit, is a tough pitch. That's way low. Kick away. Nope. All right. Is he going to try and throw another changeup? If he does, we're going to make him pay for it.
Ready on 1 and 2.
It's hit hard. All right. We had some very good at-bats that inning. And now on the hill for us is Keegan Aiken. He's been pretty good. Not great, but, you know, given kind of what we expect for him over the course of an entire season, he's sort of in line with expectations. With most of our pitchers are right now. Just kind of doing about what we would expect. ERAs are going to be in the 4s and some in the 5s, a couple in the 3s, but not that many. That was a dangerous pitch right there. He wants another curve.
Here comes the 1-2.
We can do that. Hang it. Dang it! Left it up. Come on. Do not give it right back. I can tell you right now, there's a guy in the lineup that I'm terrified to pitch to, especially with a lefty, and it is Nelson Cruz, who's probably on deck.
That's popped up. Ruiz.
The ageless wonder, just he's a professional hitter. He was late on the fastball. Let's come in with one.
Here it is.
Get there. Yep, we got that. Been a little bit off with the timing on his release point so far, but not that bad. So here is the at-bat that I'm worried about. And he's hitting .344 with 15 home runs and an OPS over 1.1.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first
that
pitch.
is insane. What are his ratings anymore? Still ridiculous. As they should be. I mean, he is a phenomenal hitter.
Hit hard to third.
And that's a double play.
Second for one.
Oh my God!
But it's right over his head. And now, this one's going to wind up out of play. And a big
That's
mistake
Baleka
there.
at second. I don't know why they were showing Rio Ruiz like he's the one that made the mistake.
But he just doesn't make the return throw.
Now watch Josh Donaldson hit a 2-run homer.
Not the result they were hoping for on what should have been a
Golly,
nice double
guys.
They'll come in here at 263.
All right, we got him 0-2. We're going to bury a curve in the dirt.
0-2 here. He doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to him.
Good
He's got a base
stop
open,
by
so he has to
Severino.
focus on
And
making
now we got out of the inning. Took a few extra pitches, but no harm caused by the error.
Pedro Severino digs in at the plate.
All right.
He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Thankfully, Smeltzer doesn't throw really hard, because if he did, with the backdrop the way it is right now, I would really struggle to hit a guy like this, or a guy that threw hard. That was a hanger. I actually picked that one up pretty well. See, some of my issue with the color of the backdrop is that I struggle with color in general, and the farther, or the larger the contrast between the colors, the easier it is for me to pick up. But like the bright green with the white and the glare from the sun on both makes it hard for me to pick up the ball. I know that that's, you know, maybe hard for some to understand, but if you have color blindness, you get it. And my color blindness isn't bad, but it's there. Like the tests where it's like a whole bunch of dots that are all similar colors and you're trying to pick out the numbers, I can do... Are you kidding me with the low strikes? Dude. No. But those tests with the color dots and the numbers, there are a lot of those that I can't do. All right.
Already 2 walks surrendered in his first.
So he walks the 9-hitter with 1 away. If we get a hit and run pitch, you know, a good count to do it, we're gonna execute a hit and run here.
Count 1-0.
And I'm thinking 2-1 is the count to look for. Fastball down. Nope.
The 1-0 home. In the dirt here, and the run will stay put.
How is Mitch Garver
2-0.
As a defender? Does he have a strong arm? I can't.
From the stretch.
Let's take that.
3-0 now.
It might have been a strike, but I want one that I can do some damage with. 2-0.
He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
All right. 3-1. I'm going to sit on the fastball down.
This is certainly that situation.
And then look for a hanger.
And
nope.
He misses again.
All right.
It's ball 4. And that's
3 walks, right?
Walks here with 1 away. So 1 down.
So he is struggling with his command.
Up next, the former Philly shortstop Freddie Galvis.
Come on, Freddie. Dang it!
Swung on, but it's pulled foul.
Yeah, I knew that I was a little early on that, but I didn't think I was that early.
Seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff, but this guy's locating, feeling
Outside.
really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
All right.
A ball and a strike now.
Looking for the changeup here, and if it's not the changeup, try and look for a fastball.
The 1-1 pitch. Oh, it's hit to third.
Slider.
5. A tag for 1.
See, that would never happen in real life. But there's no way for me to stop that. Him just running into the tag. He would have forced Josh Donaldson to either step on the bag or throw it to second to start that double play. But whatever. Max Kepler to not get on base to start the inning.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
He's hit 349.
Lifted in the air.
Pretty
out to
impressive.
center field.
So the Twins have some bats. We kind of knew that that was going to be the case. And they're 31-17. You don't do that without a bunch of guys that are getting the job done offensively. Not even
Well
close.
outside with the curveball for a ball.
Not even close.
Bases
Now
are empty,
he
1
wants the
minute.
fastball up and in. I'm going to go down and in.
Ball 2.
Just missing here, 2-0.
Where is that? Because I know it wasn't low. Because I can go about 3 inches lower than that, and you'd be calling it a strike.
Low, and the fly
Like that one right there.
3-0.
That's a strike for them. Come on, man.
Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
I'm going to
What a
come after him.
well-executed fastball right
I don't
there,
want to
down
walk
and away.
a
If
guy.
you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you
Yeah,
have to think
that's
up the
okay.
middle the other way, and you have to
That's
be
okay.
leaning out over that pitch.
Now we work for a double play.
That's the battle, Matty. Working yourself into a 3-1
He doesn't have great
count.
speed.
Count leverage
It's
and getting
okay,
ahead
but I
with
don't
your
think he's a
fastball.
stolen base
You don't
threat.
get too many opportunities
So,
throughout the course of a game to have
throw
full
strikes,
count
keep it
leverage, and
down.
he took advantage.
So here's
And
Jake
let's get a
Hayes
double
to the
play.
plate. 0-1 the count.
He wants a changeup, but I like the slider. He's got a big lead over there. Gonna throw
And
it.
now they've got him in a rundown.
And
they've got him at second
that
base.
helps.
A good, smart play that time.
What was that? Trophy earned for, it's called dugout walk, which I assume is for picking
Left
a
side,
guy
but
off.
well foul. Bases are empty here with
All
2
right.
men out.
Slider off the plate away here.
Now here's a
And then he makes a mistake
left
and
fielder
leaves it
looking.
right down the
Still
freaking
going.
middle
And
for a
that ball will stay
0-2
there, and it's
opposite
gone.
field home run. I wanted that pitch a foot outside, and look where he located it. Terrible.
Now, Mitch Garver.
I mean, my release point was bad. I get it.
The outer half, it's 0-1. We'll try to make something happen with
Ugh.
2 in the bottom of the second.
That sucks.
Hit back up the middle. Galvis is there.
That should never happen 0-2.
Throw in time, and the side is
But we made a mistake, and they made us pay for it. It's a
But
good
not
thing we
before
got
they
that
answer.
pickoff, or else it would have been tied.
Welcome
Still
back.
just one
Here's
out.
Heidman.
The slide steps in the first at bat, and then throwing over there a
Ready
couple
to
of
deal. Here
times, and
comes
a
the
couple
first
more
pitch.
slide steps.
Ball.
A couple of righties starting to loosen
And
now
it
in
worked.
the bullpen.
But they'll have, what, 3, 4, 5 due up next inning? So
Change up low, 2-0.
let's
It's
get a
never
run or
advantageous
two
to fall
this
behind
inning.
2-0 as a pitcher, but if you're going to do it,
Keep
it's
driving
far
his
better
pitch
to do it
count
with
up.
A guy down in the bottom of the order. Time for a challenge fastball right here, though.
3-0 to him now.
3-0.
Into the
You got to be
windup
patient
and
here,
the pitch.
Tyler Nevin.
And
How's his
there's a
average at this point?
strike as
Can I
they
see
try to
it?
work his
222.
back. It's 3-1.
Not bad. Outside.
And lays off there, ball
There we go.
forward. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
All right, Pedro.
Stepping in next, Pedro Severino flew out in his only
Find a
at-bat
gap.
so far. First pitch coming, here it is.
Nope, that's the ball.
All right, that's a good start.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece.
So, in regards to the draft, I did not see a lot of
Here,
talent.
and the runner will stay put, but the
Um,
count moves to 2-0.
There's very little talent that's major league ready or even close as far as position players go. Like no can't miss prospects, I would say.
3-0 now.
There are a few
Austin
pitchers
Hayes
that
will
I
be
feel like
next.
I could draft, stick on the 40-man roster, and give them a legitimate shot at
Now
the
3-0
majors
offer.
next.
Fouled off.
Why am I swinging 3-0 at a fastball out of the zone high? Stupid. It's because I'm distracted talking about the draft.
Chopped back to
Anyway,
the mound. Can they turn
we're
it?
picking
Simmons
5th, I think.
on to first,
And
it's a double play. Second they've hit into
It's
in these
more than
first
likely
4
that we're going to be
innings. There are
taking
2 away.
a starting pitcher from the looks of things. There's a few more guys that I'll have a
Austin
chance to
Hayes
scout
the next
as far as
at bat.
position
Threw
players
a
go,
base on balls his first time up.
but I don't
The pitch.
like what I see from most of those.
And a good idea to hold off on
Oh,
that
man, I
swing.
thought he
It's
went.
1-1.
For the
Fourth
most
inning,
part,
a
just not a lot of
2-1
position
ballgame.
players that I'm real crazy about. Maybe
That
one or
comes in
two
with the
that we'll
changeup, and it's
consider, but
2-0.
the problem is, like, there's nobody that's like an A potential and
Too high.
somebody that I think is already like
3-0.
mid to high 60s in terms of their overall and can hit. I will take a guy that has bad defense as long as they can hit. What I don't want is a guy that's a potential, and he's got like ridiculous speed, and he's a really good defender, but he just absolutely cannot hit. Because it's going to take them forever to the point where I'm ready to put them in the majors. Like, it's just, that doesn't appeal to me. If you can't hit, I don't have a use for you. Plain and simple.
If he stays back, he's going to drive that thing with some serious authority.
Inside. All right. What kind of speed do we have over there? Not that bad. 2-1. I'm going to put him in motion. If he gets the 2-1, we'll see here.
Checks his swing here, but he does
Yeah.
so in time.
If it's a pitch that I like, I'll swing. If it's not, and he's got a jump, we can just let him steal second. But this is kind of a run and hit situation. He does not have a very good jump. So I'm okay just fighting that pitch off. Come on, baby.
2-2.
Jammed me.
All
right.
Play.
Get to third, dude.
And that retires the side.
All right. Still 2-1. One-run ball game has been pretty normal for us this season. At least we've usually been playing these games,
really on point so far, but it's
I feel like at least, with a lead,
4, 5, and 6 right here.
regardless of the fact that it's a
Drive by Cruz.
hook foul,
Deep
hook foul,
left
hook
field.
foul.
And that one is gone.
Oh, this is something you don't see every day.
That was
At
just
the
murdered.
distance, the second it left the bat. But it was
Dang
anybody's
it.
guess whether
Why
it
am I
was
throwing him a fastball inside? 0-1.
clanked off the top
If you
of the
want
foul
to do
ball.
that, that's fine, but it needs to be off the plate.
That's an impressive homer.
Get your head in the game,
0-for-1
man.
thus far.
Oh, no.
1-1
Ooh,
count
that's
now to
lucky.
Donaldson.
I thought he left it up and over the plate, but it caught the outside corner.
And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
Stay away. Do not
Runs,
come into
5
him.
hits, and no errors in the ball game for Minnesota. Rounded down the third baseline.
Another mistaken location.
Foul ball.
Look at that.
Evens things at 2-2.
Too much of the plate. And it's
In
up.
the windup and the pitch. Oh, and
There you
full
go.
string.
That's a good pitch.
Change up there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight.
My phone was buzzing. Just wanted to make
Now
sure it wasn't anything
Kepler's
important.
next to grab a bat.
Fastball.
Out in his first at-bat, so making
Down and
0 for
away.
1 so far. Off the plate and
Not
away
even
there.
close.
1 ball, no strikes.
Go to the slider and just get it over for a strike.
No, that's
There's
ball.
ball 2
On.
as the slider dips below the zone.
Hey, always
Need
a
a
good
strike
idea
here.
to
Come
take
on.
a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this.
Hey, wouldn't you know it?
Now, this is
We have a
fair
shift
ball
on
down the line in left,
because a
and
guy's
that'll
an
be good
extreme
for
pull
extra
hitter,
bases.
and he takes one
At second base
with some
a 1-out
authority
double.
the other way.
Well, fans love a lot of offense.
I mean,
and
I know
that's
that I'm
what they're
pitching him
getting here
outside,
tonight.
You said
but,
it, Matty.
like, come
That's
on.
10 hits in this game between the two
All the
teams
time with
already.
that stuff.
Gotta tell you, as a pitcher, this is a little painful for me to watch.
Good pitch.
Zone there, and
Now you
he's
got him
down
0-2.
2 strikes.
He's
I know
ahead of the
been
curve,
struggling early,
or the
but that
changeup.
pitch right there,
He's
well
getting a curve.
executed changeup. If he can mix that
All right,
in, maybe he
got
hangs
him over to
around for a little
third, but
while
that's
longer.
2 down.
There are 2 away now.
I'm only at 48 pitches. I feel like he's laboring a lot more than that.
Now at the plate, Jake Cave. And we'll see what he can do here after going deep his first time
What
up.
pitch did he hit for
No
a home
balls
run
and 1
last time?
strike.
It was the slider that was supposed to be outside, and he missed by a foot like he did with that pitch.
That front door
We're gonna try it
slider is
again.
a devastating pitch. By the time
Well,
It was
leave
still
right
a
there
lot
as he
closer to the
strikes
strike
out,
zone
and
than
that
I
ends
wanted
the
it.
inning.
But it worked this time. But new ball game,
But the Twins do
end of the
come back to
fourth,
level.
2-2. Keegan Aiken is pitching okay.
Come on,
Ooh,
really
Balazovic.
he'll make his
We had this guy on our
team.
Tigers franchise in the last season. He was a guy that was on the free agent list
Freddie Galvis. He was a double play victim last time around.
with the rosters,
And they start him out
and
with a cold strike.
was a pretty good prospect as a starting pitcher. And, like, pretty much every...
Pulls
Oh,
this one high and deep to right center.
it's going to go off the wall.
Not
But anyway,
quite out of here.
Balazovic,
It's off the
every
out-of-town scoreboard.
franchise series that I
In
saw,
the second year with
he was
nobody
picked
out.
up.
Sometimes when a reliever comes in the game,
I mean, it's like, ooh, look at this guy. He was like a 79
That's exactly what happens
A
here.
potential or something. It was like,
rockets one off
why
the
would I
ball,
not pick this
and now
guy
he's
up?
got to worry about another base hit,
Sign him to a
potentially
minor
bringing
league
home a run.
contract and immediately put him on the 40-man roster.
And a change up here
Freaking
that's
awesome.
taken low in the dirt for a ball.
All right, so Valleca now, unfortunately, doesn't have the benefit of facing the lefties that he likes to do. But 2 for 2.
Fastball taken,
I suppose
but
I
that
could
gets
look
the
at what
zone
Milosevic throws. 95,
for a
85.
strike.
So we just
Love
kind
the
of got
fact
lucky
the
on
pitcher
that
challenged him
first
in
at
that
bat.
spot
That
right there. Didn't love the
I was just
location.
watching
But
the
I gotta
pitch
be
come
honest
in and
with you,
hit.
I think he's got him on his heels right now.
Maybe I should
Don't
just
be
do that
shocked
from
if he
now on.
attacks the zone again.
Set. Here's the 3-1.
Get through.
Short.
Ah, man. He hit that pretty well, though.
And there's one away.
So 3 at-bats for him, and he has swung the bat well in all of them.
So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Anthony
Come on, we got to get that
Santander.
run in. Let's get the
Struck out
lead
and
back.
Flied out, 0 for 2 so far. Swing and
Ah.
tapper.
Just a little bit on top of that. Now I'm going to look for that changeup.
Ready with
Nope.
nothing in 1 pitch.
Oh,
I got a ball, 1 strike.
almost hit him, and he didn't even flinch. Come on, baby. Change up. Nope. Ah, I didn't really want to swing there. It's a late decision.
Makes the play.
That was
There are
ugly.
2 gone now.
All right. Excuse me. Sorry. Down to the last out here, and it's Mountcastle.
Plate now is the designated hitter.
He's my
Ryan
stud.
Mountcastle flew out last time up.
Nobody we'd rather have at the plate right
To
now.
Keep it tied. Here it comes.
Get something over the heart. Look at that. 452 with runners in scoring position. That is ridiculous.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Like to see him
Come
be
on,
looking
baby.
to the opposite field
Fastball
with this
down.
next swing. Pitcher's trying to work
Nope.
you away.
Down low. And
He's
the clock
pitching around him.
thickens
Who's
here.
on deck?
3-0.
Rio Ruiz. Yep. Who
Galvis
doesn't hit
stands at
righties very
second with
well.
2 gone.
So we're going to green light him here. Yeah, you don't want to swing at that. That's okay.
It'll
Now,
be interesting if he comes in the zone
slider?
aggressively
Is he
again
gonna
here.
be
With the
that
base open,
conservative?
He doesn't have to.
Here's the 3-1.
Outside.
Nope.
And that misses ball 4. So it's
All right.
first and second
Now,
with 2 out.
we just need Ruiz to come through here.
So
He doesn't hit righties very well. He's got some pop, but his contact is pretty bad. So, dang it! Right down the middle.
Strike the count.
Trying to be selective, you know.
Offering.
Try and work the count. Hopefully see if I can get a walk. And now,
I know
here
we
we
found
are,
that
immediately
pitch off
down
right there,
0-2.
but he was definitely out in front. He was
Take
cheating
away that
to a
back foot
leader,
slider.
No question about it.
And it's a good thing I did, because that would have been strike 3 right there.
With it, 1 and 2.
Now
Big
I'm going to
spot
give
right
that
here.
one
That's
up.
a
I
great
don't
pitch
think he's
to
going to
try
try
and
it
see if
again.
you could
Take
get
away
him
the
to fish
changeup.
outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat
Jammed.
now, and
Get-
I'd expect something
get
else
foul.
from this outfit.
Why is he like walking?
Go on to first.
Dude,
Gonna be in
we got to
time.
watch the
Orioles
replay.
threat.
What just happened? Why
Welcome
can't I
back
not
to
look at the
Target
replay?
Field as we
Come
send
on
it
with
to
this.
Heidi Watney.
Replay. I want to. Let's watch Ruiz come out of the box here. Ready for this? This is full speed. Oh, yeah, let me just trot down the line. Oh, wait, it's going to be a close play. That is garbage. He's getting benched. He's getting benched. Substitutions. Rio Ruiz. Find some pine, my man, because you are done. No excuse for that.
Has come into the ballgame
He
now.
could have legged that out.
Third baseman. First
I don't care how slow you are.
Good fastball.
Oh.
Swing and a miss.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand
Mitch
right there. His
Garver
approach is
didn't
obviously
have
sitting on the
apparently
off-speed
a
because he
phenomenal
was
year
so
last
late
year
on that
because
first pitch either.
he got a massive
Oh,
adjustment to his ratings
You know
by
he's
MLB
probably
the Show.
cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier.
All right,
If you're on
this
the
is a
mound right now,
dangerous
you wanna
pitch
try to
here.
hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good
Not
chance
the best
you're gonna
location,
roll over
but-
something.
1 and 2.
Now
to
let's
the
try and get
Twins
him with a
catcher.
changeup. Get it down.
Swing
Good
and a
pitch.
miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out.
All right,
That
5
strikeout
Ks
was
for him
all
already,
about
so
setting
he's
the hitter up for hard stuff.
he hasn't
You
been
see, the first
terrible,
3 pitches are coming in
but
fast.
his location has been
pitch, knowing
Holy moly, like that right there. It's a good release. And yet the location was way
He'll
off.
take that first pitch strike all day long. If they're going to take 0-0, he's going to pound that zone and get ahead.
Yeah, he hasn't been sharp. So this is the kind of game that if I can get 6 innings out of him and have him not give up any more runs, I will take it. I'm just fortunate that the 2 home runs that they've hit have come with nobody on.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
All right, going fastball down and
puts
away
you in
here.
the proverbial rocking chair like he's doing right now. You have to take a deep
Right,
breath.
was he
You
late
can't
on
start
that?
trying to guess along with him.
Very
Trust
late.
your
So now I'm
fundamentals
coming
and stay on
in
that
with a
fastball.
fastball. Should probably go up on Byron Buxton, honestly.
Hit
All
on the
right,
ground
got
out
it.
to short. Galvis
Hurry.
has it.
Can't take your time with him
That's the
running.
second out.
That's 2 down. And his pitch count is solid. So let's just keep getting outs, and maybe he gets locked in a little bit and starts locating better, and maybe I even get 7 innings out of him.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm
Like, that's a
action on
good
that
spot.
pitch.
Try a
Look for him to
slider
try and
here.
stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper.
Got to
Don't be
keep this
shocked if
guy
pitcher
off
tries to
balance.
rush it.
There you go. Now 0-2, and he has no idea what I'm about to
He
try.
hasn't thrown that pitch much all game.
That's right,
I
Dan
gotta believe
Plesac.
as an offense, you just got to throw that.
That will have
Sit
to
down,
be
baby!
called. That's strike 3 to retire.
Let's freaking go.
Top half
We got the
of the
bottom of
sixth,
our
about to
lineup due
get
up.
set to go is
The
rookie
top of the
first
6th.
baseman, Tyler Nevin.
If we can score here,
Up and away to
get
start
the
inning,
lead.
it's 1-0.
They've got the
Action
top
out
of
the
their
bullpen,
order
couple of
due
right-handers
up
starting
in the
to loosen
6th.
up.
So we want to go into that inning with the lead. Feel a whole
Well,
lot
you don't
better
see
about
that
our
very
situation.
often out of a
2 in a
rookie.
row that were
That's a
high. Is he
2-0
gonna, nope,
count,
he's not going
and
up there
both of
again.
those pitches were really close.
He's going
He
down.
has a pretty good eye.
2 balls and a
Right
strike
when I
to the Orioles
adjusted.
first baseman.
Change up? Nope. Come on.
Hit in the air.
That's
down
going to
the
get down.
line.
It was jammed a little bit,
That's it.
but that works. There you go, Nevin. That's the start we needed. Leadoff
Hey,
man
just
is
a nice
on.
piece of hitting right there. He's
Now,
able
I
to
really
keep his
wish,
hands inside
well,
that ball, stay square
Severino
as long as possible, and feed it into the
is
opposite
not
field for
a
base hit.
speed threat. So we don't have
Now the
speed in
first
our
pitch.
favor this inning. That's for sure.
Stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes
But
a look at a ball.
we
It's
need a
1-0.
base hit through the right side here. Unfortunately, I just don't have the personnel
And
to
a
really think
strike
about a
to
hit
even
and
the
run.
count. 1-1.
Let's look for the slider. Nope. Ah, just
Down the
under it.
line in left. Left fielder is
I picked
on the
that up
move.
pretty well. I just didn't get the PCI right to
Gets
the
there
ball.
and makes
But
the
that's
play for
okay.
the first out.
Good swing timing on a fastball down and in.
In now
All right,
he
Austin
goes.
Hayes.
Austin Hayes.
He hits righties pretty well.
Last trip.
So now I could hypothetically consider the hit and run,
Ready to deal. Here comes the
because
first pitch.
if it completely
Breaking
backfires,
ball called
we
just a
just
bit
start
low.
the next inning with top of the order. Like if it's a strike him out, throw him out, or a double play because I line in,
Strike
you know,
to
hit
even
one
the count.
right at the
1-1.
shortstop or whatever. So let's see what we can do here.
From the belt.
All right,
Pitch.
so it's going to be 2-1. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Let's try and work the count to full before we do it. Fastball down? Nope. Slider up and in, because that's a real common pitch. Now it's 2-2. Another freaking slider. He had me frozen there because thought it was a fastball in off the plate.
So the batting order turns
Dang
over
it.
now and set to go. Jemai Jones 0 for 2 for him to this point. And this is low.
It's a good pitch. I mean, really, that pitch was up more than I'm sure he would have liked it, but it was on the inside corner, and that is so hard not to give up on that pitch. Change up right down the freaking middle. Come on, guys.
2 balls and a strike to the Orioles leadoff hitter.
So far this season, it just feels like we haven't really had a ton of like good luck.
Set to deliver. 2-1.
Now some of it is,
Shot out to right
all right,
center
I'm going to
field.
have to send him. We got to try and score him, and he's going to score.
Rounds third and is digging
That
for
is
the
huge, Jemai
And a
Jones.
relay home.
A
And not in
2-out
time for the
RBI
score.
triple. That's the kind of stuff that we haven't been doing this season. And now that's the second time in this game that we've come up with a big 2-out knock to score a run.
You can see here that the body is calm.
That is what I'm talking about. If we can do it again here and put up 2 with the 2-out rally, it would be, that's low. Come on, dude! I mean, he's calling the low strike, and he has been pretty consistent about it, except for when I am pitching, which is killing me.
From the stretch, the 1-2.
Oh, that was tough to lay off. Man, he had me late on that.
He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Now a swinging bunt.
All right, good battle. I got to take away that changeup. He throws the back foot slider, I'll give it to him.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game, the pitch.
Get going, ball! Got under it. All right, though, we did what I talked about, which was get a run so that we've got the lead going into the 6th here when they've got the top of their order due up.
That'll bring up Luis Arraez.
But actually, no, they've got the 2-hitter due up.
Minnesota end of the 6th.
I don't know why I was thinking they had the top of the order. But that's a good start right there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now, Nelson Cruz, we're going to pitch him carefully, but we're not pitching scared. Like, yes, I will start you with a fastball. It's going to be down and away, not up and away. That's huge. Got the call out there. Now I'm going to just get him off balance by coming up and in with a fastball, try and get it out of the zone. Yep. That's a good pitch. Now, curve down and away. Come on, locate this one for once. Good pitch. That's a good sequence. He was ahead on that. I'm coming back with a changeup. Oh, that's good hitting. Dang it. Thought I had him. Ooh, changeup in. I'm okay with this, but you got to keep it down. Good pitch. So hard to lay off of that. He wants another curve. I'm going to try it. Nope. Ooh, he chased it. That was pretty well located. Just off the outside corner. And he got it down. 7 strikeouts for Keegan Aiken. Good. I don't feel like he has pitched that well. He's given up some hits, but not a ton. I don't know if I've even walked anybody. But I usually don't walk a lot of guys because I don't like to. You know, if it's not a serious power threat, I'll challenge them with 3 ball counts. That was a dangerous pitch right there. All right, he wants a curve. I'm going to try a slider instead. Because I haven't thrown it much. God, I can't believe he laid off of that. Gotta locate this. Come on. Yep. Missed his spot a little bit, but that wasn't bad. Now a changeup.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there.
Keep it down.
An off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Good hitting. They've given me a couple of tough at-bats this inning. Now the curve. Come on. Get him. Uh-oh. Yeah, too much of the plate. I mean, that was down a little bit, but man, he could have done some damage with that pitch.
That's obviously the case with this batter. He came into
yeah, that's very, very hittable right there. All right, Max Kepler. Start him with a fastball and try and get ahead. All right, now we can do whatever we want. And he wants another fastball. No, throwing the slider.
Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score.
There we go.
First, if nothing less.
All right, that's 6 strong innings for Keegan Aiken. I don't know how much I want to push his pitch count, but I still feel like he's as sharp now as he was at the beginning of the game. So I'm not going to pull him just for the sake of pulling him because of his pitch count. I'm going to get Sean Armstrong ready. Aiken goes back out there to start the next inning. Hopefully he gets the first guy out, because then it's a lefty due-up, and I don't want to have to, debate whether to pull him right then. If he gets the first guy out, there's no question he also faces the next guy. And if he gets both of them, then he faces the next guy. Get out of here! That's gone. That's gone. Heck yeah! Oh my God, upper deck! Pat Faleka, my man! There's that 3-hit day that we were talking about, and a homer off of a righty, but that was a hanging changeup. Crushed it. Okay. I just did the stop and start recording thing again. I don't understand. I hope on the PS5 maybe they don't have that limit. I wonder if it's just to do with file size or what that's about. But I don't like it.
Into right field, that's a base hit.
Not what we wanted right there. I'm going to let him face this guy, but this is probably his last batter now. Unless he gets a double play. Which he did not, and that was pretty hard contact. So I think it's time to go to the bullpen here. All right, come on, Sean. That's been a strike a few times for them. I mean, maybe not that low consistently. No. Don't let him score. Come on, get it in, get it in, get it in. Come on, get him. Yes! That is huge! Oh my gosh, that was awesome. That was a perfect relay and a perfect tag just in time. That is massive, guys. Because it was, they were doing this at the bottom of their lineup. Would have had the 9-hit, and that is how you freeze a guy. Fastball, high heat, take a seat, my man. That was a big, big shutdown inning right there. Now it's a double play situation. Pat Faleka, 3 for 4, has a home run. Now they're in double play depth. Starts me with a 4-seam. Oh, he needs a double for the cycle.
If he does, this guy might be hitting back-to-back jacks.
That's doable, guys. Got the 2 hard ones out of the way. Slider down and away. That's outside. All right, now I'm going to look for the sinker. He does not want to go 3-1. Inside and low. He's got the green light here. He needs a double for the cycle. If he gets the pitch that I'm looking for. All right, walked in a run. 5 to 4. They'll probably change pitchers here. No? Leaving him in.
Now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Anthony Santander.
Come on.
Went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
There's still just one out here. This could be a massive inning.
And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1. Hayes,
all right.
Runner at third. Galvis.
Come on, baby.
Faleka at first, 1 gone.
Get through! No. Dang it! Still up. 5 to 2. I need Sean Armstrong to give me a couple of good. No, no, no!
That's going to be trouble. Simmons racing for second now.
Anything but extra bases to start off the inning. Because now they got the heart of their freaking order coming up. All right, I need to get Valdez warming up. Let's go ahead and have him. I don't know if I have a use for Tanner Scott. They got
now the first pitch.
Righties coming up. That I want the righty-righty matchup. All right, so that's 1 pitch and we got the out.
Nelson Cruz.
Need to pitch him carefully here because a walk sets up the double play, which isn't the end of the world. He's in front of the slider.
Behind 1-0 and have him sitting all over a fastball.
Dang it, how do you lay off of that?
You get ahead 0-1, and now the count's in your favor, and
you got to locate this well.
Right side.
No.
Threw into right field for a base hit.
Not going to send him.
And they won't risk it at third.
Now they've got the tying run coming to the plate.
You look for weaknesses. Can a guy come in?
I don't know what I want to do here.
Obviously not the case in this situation. He went to the well.
I'm going to go
3 times and eventually
to Cesar Valdez.
Cesar Valdez.
He's got the sinker and the changeup that set me up well for a double play to get me out of the inning.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
But you got to get it down. What's the slider? I'm cool with that.
From the belt, kicks and deals.
Good location. That's okay.
Both teams right now with 11 hits.
Why would I throw a high fastball? Come on, man. Guys giving the low strike all day. We want to get the ball down out of the zone. Change up. Okay. Pretty good take there. Going back to the sinker. No! Oh my God, that was a mistake. And that is massive.
2 out, nobody on.
Slider. He looked ugly on it last time.
Swing and a miss.
All right, struck out the side to end it. All right, so that's going to do it for the game. We got the win, 5-2. Solid all-around effort. Pat Valaika with Player of the Game honors. So we're going to go ahead and jump ahead to the draft and give you a recap of each pick that we made throughout the draft. So here we go. All right, so here we are for the draft. We're going to take a look at, I want to sort by MLB ETA, because I want guys that I can use in the near term. Now, I'm also looking for somebody that is at least a 75 potential and like fully scouted. So basically we're looking from here up, because 2023 doesn't interest me quite as much. Now, I'm not taking a closer. Antonio Ramos, a 75 overall starter, or a 75 potential starter, 4-seam, 2-seam splitter, and a changeup. He's only 18, and he's probably a high B potential. But I don't like the pitch mix not having a curve or slider. So not going to be him. Not the potential we're looking for. Now Johnny Robinson, 75 potential, is probably a high B, and he is a left-handed hitting 19-year-old shortstop. He's got great speed, a great arm. The glove is going to be an issue. His plate skills are pretty good with vision and discipline. Pop is never going to be a huge, strength of his, but he's got decent contact ratings to where he's a guy I could probably get in the lineup on an almost everyday basis, with the only glaring, concern being his glove, which at shortstop, that's kind of a challenge, but we're not super strong there anyway, to where I think that's a good possible option right there. Now, we already have a good catcher in Rutschman that's coming up through the ranks, but here's a guy that I don't want to necessarily ignore, because he's got a decent bat, especially against righties, and he's a switch hitter. Good fielding all the way across, below average speed, but at 22, I think we're better off with Johnny Robinson, who's just 19 and arguably just as ready for the majors, and we don't have anybody else really blocking him at that position. So that's that. Starting pitcher in Mario Pena, a 5-pitch mix, 20 years old. He's a lefty. Good stamina. The Ks per 9 are a little down, but everything else is pretty good here. I kind of like this guy, but the reality is I'm not sure that I want to take a pitcher. Pablo Navarro, 22 years old. He is an A potential, and he's got pretty good stuff. So a 22-year-old starter versus a 22-year-old left-handed starter is the difference there. But this guy's got a 5-pitch mix, which I really like, and he's 2 years younger. So let's do that so I can see the age. Now that I'm getting through here, I'm thinking that maybe this is going to be something that I'm not going to show you all of this. Anyway, all right, we got a second baseman here in Javier Franco. 22 years old, right-handed, pretty good bat. He's pretty good across the board. And he's probably a high B potential. This is a guy that's probably major league ready. Doesn't have a secondary position though, which is not ideal. Like Johnny Robinson can play second and third in addition to his primary position of shortstop. Damon Kurtz, right-handed hitting, second baseman, can also play the outfield. Pretty good contact, below average power, but it's not bad. Decent vision, decent discipline, decent glove and arm, and pretty good speed. At 19 years old, he's a guy that could be pretty good, but the potential is a C, so that I don't even know why I looked at him. Now, Milton Burns. This guy is a rock star. He's a A potential. Blue chip guy, 20 years old, right-handed, fastball sitting in the mid-90s. He's got a change, curve, and a two-seam, which is a mix that I absolutely love. Wouldn't mind a slider over the curve, but I can live with it. And really, his only weakness is his arm accuracy, but he's got average command, really good velocity, and I think this is a guy that could be a stud pitcher for a long time. And he's from Texas, man. So that's one that I kind of like. Let's look at CJ Merrifield because he's also an A potential. He's a lefty. The only thing I don't like about this guy is his command is not very good. I can live with the slider and cutter being similar pitches, just different speeds. But the reality is, I would have loved it if this guy had a two-seam instead of the cutter to give me something that broke the other way. But the command isn't as good as Milton Burns, and Burns is the same age. So, and I know this guy is a stud because he's a blue chip. Last guy we're going to look at is Clay Hopkins, 21-year-old right fielder, good speed, good defense. His power is to be, he leaves a little room for improvement there. And he's got a decent, contact situation, but mostly against lefties. I think Milton Burns is the guy here. The blue chip 20-year-old from Texas, mid-90s fastball, and then, pretty good stuff else, other than that. I think this is the guy that we're going to go with. Going to be a strikeout machine, and that's the one. Milton Burns is going to join the Baltimore Orioles and hopefully be a future Cy Younger for us. Now, second round, we're going to sort again by ETA to the majors. Clay Hopkins is still there. Is Johnny Robinson still here? Or is he gone? He's gone. So as far as guys that are major league ready, no position players except for Will Alvarez, who has bad potential from what we could tell scouting wise. Ricky Gold, also not quite sure what to expect in terms of potential. Javier Franco, he's at probably, I mean, we didn't scout him all the way, but he's probably a B or C. Hopefully a B, but I don't know for sure. I do know for sure that this guy is at least a B. You know, we scouted him almost all the way, and he's still sitting there showing 80 for potential. I think this is my guy. He gives us a bat, he's got speed and pretty good defense, and then against lefties he should be really good one day, and he'll be okay against right-handed pitching. So I think this is the guy. Let's do it. Now, Javier Franco went next. Did you see that? Oh man, CJ Merrifield. That guy was a stud, man. We just missed on him. All right, who else is left? All right, there's still some options here. That's what I'm talking. Pablo Navarro, fully scouted as an A potential. Now he's 22. But this guy could be really good, y'all. Probably an A potential, and he's probably a mid-60s overall already. Now, here's Antonio Ramos that is 18. He looks like he's better right now, and he is a B potential, like a high B, but he doesn't have that breaking ball. That kind of bugs me. Dang it. This is the kind of guy that I almost want to take and then just trade for somebody very similar. That's not realistic. So how about Sherwood Godwin? No, I think this is the one. Pablo Navarro, four-seam, slider, splitter, and a changeup. Excuse me. And he's probably an A potential. Even though he's 22, that's not a big deal. I would like for him to have been, 18 and have all of that going for him. We might be able to get, what's his face? Anyway. Where was he? And yeah, here's Ramos. That I can still get him. Do I do that, or do I go and get a closer? So we've got two closers that are 75 potential, not completely scouted. How about Ricky Gold? 70 potential. Looks like he's got some pop, got some speed. I've already got a couple of pitchers. I'm wondering if I shouldn't go after some defense or some position players. So let's look a little farther. Yeah, see, we don't have a ton of depth beyond what we've scouted here, which stinks. So Jason Mcgill, excuse me. I don't need another starter. We need some bullpen help. So he's 22, and this guy, Ozzy Ramirez, is only 18. 75 potential. He's got decent command. Everything else is pretty good. The hits per 9 and walks per 9 could come up a little bit. But the only thing I don't like about this guy is that he doesn't have a changeup, but he's got two different fastballs, a curve, and a slider. And at 18 years old, he brings a lot of upside. So we're going for him. So I'm hoping that so far everybody we've drafted is at least a B potential. We should have a couple of A's in there. Look at this. I think now, so let's look at who we drafted. We've got 3 pitchers and an outfielder, and if I look at what's left in terms of scouted, accuracy-wise, there's not a whole lot of guys that I have already scouted, enough to feel really good about. And when I look at potential, this guy is 75, this guy is 75. We got another closer at 75, another closer, another closer, another starter. So, of the position players, D potential, probably a C potential, probably a D, and probably a C. But Ricky Gold, even though he might be a B potential. I didn't scout him all the way. But the reality is, he's got speed, he's got an arm, he's got some pop. I'm taking him. Not sure what we got with him, but he's going to at least be a guy that can help us in the minor league ranks. Sort. All right, now we're getting into slim pickings. All right, there's another closer here that can help us with some bullpen depth. 75 potential. We didn't scout him all the way, but he's a lefty. And I like his stuff. 97. This dude throws gas. That's my guy. Derek Gorman. I got that in the 5th round, and I feel pretty darn good about it. All right, anybody else that we have scouted? Adrian Villarreal. Looks like he's just kind of average across the board. Actually, a little bit below average. You know, realistically, this is a guy that's a good minor league player. He's only 18, but low on the potential scale, so I'm not sure he helps us in the long run. I think I'm going to try and get guys that I think can help us down the road, even if they're not major league ready right now. That guy is 21. The potential says 75. This one says 70. I'm going to just take this dude. Not sure really what we're getting out of him because we didn't scout him all the way. But I think that's a good pick for the 6th round. We shall see. Let's take a look at what we got from the draft. Okay, so Milton Burns was our 1st round pick. A starting pitcher. His potential is 91, which qualifies as an A. He's got great stamina. The hits per 9 aren't the best, but Ks and walks are pretty good. He's going to do a decent job keeping the ball in the ballpark. His pitching clutch is going to have to come up. I don't like the control where it is. Velocity is solid, good breaking stuff. Not the greatest in terms of his defensive skills, but he's a pitcher. Doesn't matter too much. But 20 years old, A potential, and he's a 70 overall. Like, I could put him into the starting rotation next year. No question. 4-seam, changeup, a curve, and a 2-seam. This is, I feel like, a really good pick to start things out. Now, the reality is, I was considering this guy instead. The one thing that I didn't like about him is that he's right-handed and does not hit righties very well. Yet. But he's got great plate skills for a rookie at 21 years old. That should help him develop. He's decent in the field, got a pretty good arm, good reaction, and the fielding rating in the outfield is not that big of a deal. It says he only plays right field. I will probably edit that to make him like a corner outfielder. But he's got good speed too, so realistically, this is a guy that could play any outfield position. And I don't know why we wouldn't, get that. But anyway, A potential. Also 70 years old and just 21 he's a 70 overall and just 21 years old. So those two right there in my first 2 picks is freaking phenomenal. Then it's not a huge drop off here. This guy's a 70 overall and he's a high B potential at 86. Command a little bit of an issue. He's not necessarily a strikeout guy from the looks of things, but it also looks like he doesn't give up a ton of hits, which is good. Pretty good defensively, not great or whatever. He's got the arm is there, but usually that's normal for pitching. So I'm happy with that pick for our 3rd pick in the draft. No question. 22 years old, a good pitch mix with a 4-seam, a slider, a splitter, and a changeup. And the fastball sitting in the mid-90s is pretty solid. So we got 2 arms for the starting rotation right there that I feel pretty good about. Then we went looking for bullpen help. Now, notice, another 70 overall. Now, it says he's a C potential, but it's a 79, which is like a B- potential. And he's got pretty good ratings across the board. for a 18-year-old. I wish he had a changeup, but he's got the 4-seam to go along with a 2-seam, and then he's got a curve and slider. So a decent 4-pitch mix. And this is a guy that, if he can develop just even a little bit, could be really good for us. But even if he doesn't, he's a 70 overall. He's better than most of the guys on our Major League roster right now. Our top 4 picks were all 70 overall. Then we get a 69 overall in Ricky Gold. Now, he is a C potential and doesn't look like he's ever really going to progress too much. He's got power, but he doesn't hit for contact, and he doesn't have very good plate ratings, which could hamper his ability to develop a whole lot. He's got a decent arm, and he's got some speed. So, he could be a pretty good minor league player, but it's going to take him a while to develop, so we'll see what we get out of him in the long run. Then our last 2 picks in the draft, both B potential and both mid to high 60s in terms of their overall. This guy is a lefty that throws absolute smoke. A 4-pitch mix, including the 4-seam that's going to hit the high 90s, maybe even triple digits. He's a B potential, 67 overall, and he's got the sweeping curve and a changeup that look like they're going to have some serious movement to them as well. If this guy can learn to, command his pitches, he's going to be nasty. And then Sherman Monahan, right-handed, 21-year-old, again, B potential, 66 overall. These guys are all good enough to go onto my 40-man roster right now. So, and this guy's really got really good command. So I really think that this is a person that he's the last pick in our draft. I wouldn't be shocked if he's on the opening day rotation or roster next year, because he's better than half the guys that we've got. But if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, not so much, and then 5 and 6. There are 6 guys out of the 7 that we chose that I wouldn't feel terrible about sticking on the 40-man roster and giving a serious look at making the opening day 25-man roster next year. Milton Burns almost surely will be in our rotation next year starting the season. So that is going to be something to look out for. And then I would not be shocked if Clay Hopkins is on the 25-man roster platooning in the outfield. Wouldn't be shocked if Pablo Navarro is on the opening day roster, or perhaps Ozzie Ramirez maybe as a reliever, and Derek Gorman. But these two right here could be my middle relievers next year. Righty lefty, right there. Boom. And then that still leaves this guy that I could just leave in the minors to let him develop, because he's darn near an A potential. 66 overall and an 88 potential. That guy could be a stud. So I am thrilled with this draft class. The only one that's even a remote disappointment is Ricky Gold, and it's mainly because I don't think with his plate skills and the low contact that he is going to develop into a serious weapon at the major league level, but he could be a good trade option somewhere down the road. But guys, that is going to do it for this episode. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Here we go.